Hey y'all. So I'm Kamthequeen.
Coach J.
And we're back to continue our discussion on growth.
Part 2.
Part 2. So we were talking about the concept of like, how do you know when it's time to let go of a person? And then once you do know, how do you initiate that conversation?
That's hard. I can only imagine like people going through the process of trying to figure out how to, especially if you have a good bond with someone and you've been friends for years, how do you go to someone and say, hey, like, girl, we don't need to be friends no more. Like, how do you say that to someone and not, of course, like, their feelings not get hurt, or even your feelings, like, like I know, like, just like your feelings are going to be hurt because you have to have that conversation. Mm-hmm. But I mean, I think that personally, probably the best way would probably be like, really sitting down with that person and like you were saying earlier, checking in with that person. I think checking in with that person and really seeing maybe it's something that you really can help them with, and because
a lot of times it is.
Yeah, because they never had no one to really check in on them and really be there for them and really be that friend. It can actually take another step into your relationship with that person, right, where it becomes a lot deeper opposed to it being surface, like we were saying, Mm-hmm. I think that checking in is a good way. I think like, really observing, I think observing a person and
watching what they do.
Watching what they do.
How they handle life challenges.
Mm-hmm. And I think that doing that, that would really help with that process of really realizing, is this person going to be a good friend for you long term or not? Because I think that if you don't handle an adult situation in a good way, then I feel like at that point, they're not really gonna be like a friend for the long haul. Like,
well, okay. So here's the thing about that. I agree with you because it's like, but some people will say, well, what does it have to do with me? Right? They might say that, right?
Yeah, that's
what
true.
does it have to do with me? But you're right. It doesn't have anything to do with you until it does. Mm-hmm. That's what I say. Okay.
Because you know what? Something I realized, like, a lot of people, they'd be like, oh, like you said, like, what does that have to do with me? But at the same time, not realizing, because they're not asking for anything from them. They're not, doing anything to them. They're not, they're just conversing and venting to them. That's it. So it has nothing to do with them.
At some point, it is going to come full circle and it's going to come around to you.
Yeah. It's like, whether it's them needing you to, take that ride with them, to go do whatever it is, or whether it's going to be borrow money, or whether it's going to be, just your time in general, like it comes back around eventually. Mm-hmm. You just got to know whether or not you're going to be able to handle it and whether or not this is going to be something that's very important or smart to handle down the line. Like,
right. Right. Mm-hmm.
I think that like we just all need to sit down, evaluate everyone that we're calling a friend, everyone that has that title friend, I feel like, we go through life, we can all have associates, like I associate with a lot of people, but I think that people that are genuinely my friend, mm-hmm. I think those people are near and dear to my heart. So those are the people that I'm looking at that's going to motivate me, that's going to push me, that I'm going to motivate them, that they know when I say something, it's not going to come from a malicious place or coming from a hater, that hater vibe, or, anything like that. It's like, no, like I was literally just telling my best friend the other day, like I only want to see her win, like when I eat, I want you to eat, you know what I'm saying? Like I want us both to be able to grow, like, mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And she's like, that's how I feel about you, so it's like you have to have good friends that are, really there for you, that really is gonna push you to the next level.
Like I was saying, like so the question was, how do you initiate that conversation? Mm-hmm. That's a good point to say, you know what? I want to see you win. I want to see you grow. And it seems like you're struggling right now. How mm-hmm. can I help you? Or, do you need any kind of help? I can be here for you in that, right? Mm-hmm. Whether it's, coming over and helping you brainstorm ideas for yourself, or giving, referring you to somebody that could help you, like a coach, mm-hmm. Or a therapist, or your pastor, or a personal trainer, an accountant, whatever it is, a real estate agent, whatever it is. Like, let's figure it out together, right? That's the kind of friend that I think, people should have in their corner. And we were talking about this before. Like, it's okay to assess your relationships every now and then. You're a person of value, and you should be able to do that. Who am I to do that? You are a person of value, right? If you're working on your growth, you should always be looking at your circle to see who is there and how are they improving. How can I help them? How can I help them? How can they help me? That's adulting, and that's really what growth is. It's helping yourself and helping your circle and your family. Or if it's the same people, there it is.
Do you think that using someone and getting something from them, as in like them pushing you, do you think that that's the same? Like, do you think there's a fine line in a sense? Because some people can say, yeah, well, I was just, I was using you for motivation, but in all honesty, like, they were just using whatever they can get from them. But then when it's the other shoes on the other foot, and they're looking for that on the way back, it's like, I ain't got nothing for you.
So you're talking about a person who you're assessing, and you're figuring out that perhaps they're around you for the wrong reasons. Like, they're siphoning from you and not pouring back into you. And so that should be a person to have a conversation with. Say, I've noticed these things. I wonder if you notice these things, but this is how I'm feeling. Case in point, any person that you can't go to and have an honest discussion with, if it's super surface level, reevaluate that. People out here calling everybody a friend, like you said, calling everybody a friend. Their ride or die, whatever you want to call them. And it's like, are they really? Can you actually call them when you're in the jam and get some help?
That's a real friend.
Look and see who's around you at your darkest moments. Who's around you? Someone asked me about my best friend. My best friend, she's my best friend because in my darkest moments, I know I can talk to her. I don't have to ever feel ashamed, embarrassed to go to her about something, to tell her my deepest of deepest, issues that I'm going through. Like, that's true intimacy. That's a true friend. But if you feel like you have to put on the airs and put a mask on to be around them, pretend like you got it or whatever when you ain't got it, is that really a person that's as deeply a friend to you, or partner, whoever? Are they really that person for you?
I feel like if you gotta lie to kick it, that ain't your friend. Like, I'm sorry, it just isn't. Like, if I have to, like you said, if I have to put on to make you believe something, you're not really my friend.
But see, that's a red flag. So that is also a sign of codependency. So let's go through codependency. When you feel the need to shrink yourself in any kind of way, to change how you really feel about something, or to change your comings and goings, who you spend time with, how you spend your own time, because you're so concerned about how it's going to impact or affect somebody else, to the point that it's really harming you, that's a sign of codependency. Right? And so if you
it is.
If you can't truly,
cheers on that one.
If you can't truly be yourself and feel appreciated with that person, they might be your person. And it goes back to values, like we were talking about in part one. If you have shared values and shared beliefs and a shared way, just general way of thinking, then things will work out. Now, I also believe that sometimes people are different. They come together and you learn from each other. That's possible too, as long as it's not in a harmful way.
I mean, I think that, like, in a friendship or a relationship or whatever, we all come together. We all have different experiences. So,
Yeah.
I think it's like you said, like, as long as it's not in a harmful way, it's good. You can share your experiences and things like that and become a lot closer, and become the best as of friends, because of you guys' experiences, you know, like they see, you know, that, hey, I'm gonna gain something from you, you know, whether it's knowledge, whether it's, you know, just how to be a nicer person in general, you know, whatever it is. Like, it's like, I know when I come to you, I'm going to gain something from you, you know. It's not
I like that. I like to learn. I like to learn from my friends. It's a little class.
A little class.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what it's all about.
Exposure to new things. The finer things in life.
Hey, y'all, we went to this tea thing. Sorry, I got to tell y'all. We went to this tea party.
Yes.
It was so much fun. Like,
you went to
High tea. I would definitely recommend going to High Tea. Like, it is something that, as a human being, I think that we all should experience at least one time in our life. You know, I think that was my first time ever going. And, you know, thank you to her for inviting me. But I think that, like I was telling her, like, it's something I really want to do more often. Like, I want to go
explore new things. We're going to explore, keep exploring. We're going to explore more things.
You know,
do that magic show.
Yeah, the magic show.
That's going to be amazing.
I want to do that. You know, I think we're talking about like getting into swimming.
We did. We said look for it 2024. It's going to be a splash. Black folks learn how to swim.
We both don't know how to swim.
Yes,
I think it's
30 plus learn how to swim.
Hey,
come on now.
It's never too late.
Come on now.
Never too late. New experiences, you know? It's like going through life and really trying to experience new things and really finding out what you really like. I mean, we could learn how to swim and say, you know, swimming is not for us, you know? But at the end of the day, at least we did attempt.
But I know if we have a Titanic situation,
we could.
In 2024, we'll be all
right. 2025, because 2024 we need to learn how to swim. So 2025, let's hold on to that to 2025.
Well, look, I'm a doggy paddle in 2024. All right, you know, I'll be an Olympian in 2025. I'm gonna manifest that.
Yeah, no, but that experience is really nice, and I would really, you know, encourage people to, you know, experience new things, like, you know, test yourself, whether it's once every 6 months. I mean, it doesn't have to be an every month thing. I understand, like, you know, people's finances is not where they probably once was or whatever. You know, I think once a year, once every 6 months, once every 3 months, whatever you can do, I think, like, you know, really taking the time out to really experience something new and experience something that's out of your comfort zone is really, that's important. That's really important.
That's what makes life worth living, is giving yourself things to look forward to. I don't care if you plan a trip 2 years from now. That is something that you have to look forward to and to work towards. You know, and it breaks up the monotony of life.
There you are. All right. So we'll see you guys again here on Self-Love is the Key Wellness. We'll see you guys back here next week. Next week is going to be this queen's birthday.
Oh, thank you.
So we're gonna have a special episode next week. So
yeah, we got some surprises for y'all.
Yeah.
Check it out. Click and subscribe for more.
Click, like, subscribe, and follow. And hit that little button at the top, they say.
Yeah.
You know, so you get the alerts when we're posting and stuff like that. So, all right, y'all. Till next time, we love you. Do something great. Be positive. All love.
Bye.